Hi guys, welcome to the first YouTube video. My name is Carmen. I am the owner of the Rosario Botanica, and today's video I'm going to talk about my journey and how I started with crystals, and I'm going to talk about my favorite books throughout my journey. So, I started my journey into crystals about a year and a half already. I went to Salem, Massachusetts, and I went to this store called Village, if I'm not mistaken. And I fell in love with the energy, the vibe. And I bought a bracelet, I think, that day, and I think a little tumble, if I'm not mistaken. And from there, everything erupted. I became super, super fanatic of crystals, and I felt this energy that I was just like, what the hell? And I was just like super drawn, and I needed to learn more and be more knowledgeable about crystals. Being my first time, I didn't know anything. So I went to Barnes & Noble's regular store, just trying to see if I could find a good book about crystals. And I came across this book, Crystal Companions from Jessica Lahoud. So you can see it. So this book, besides it's pretty, it also caught me because it came with this index card of not all of them, but just a majority of all the crystals. And for example, black tourmaline, and it tells you it's good for protection, shielding, grounding. So it had this, and actually that kind of won me, and it was super, super cute. It came in its cute box, which I don't even know where it is, but yeah. So this book, it tells you how to use crystals in your everyday life. I found it very informational on which crystals to use in your home, like what crystals to put in your bathroom, what crystals to put in your kitchen, your living room, your bedroom. It also gave you some tips on working on minerals, some minerals on crystals, and how to cleanse it. It also gave you how to care for it, and also give you some rituals and some protections, and how to use some crystals and elixirs and oils. So it was a very good book. For me, it was an amazing book. And it gives you, just like it gave you a little bit of information on each crystal, it also gave you more information inside about the crystal. So I found it very, very good book. Being my first book, I fell in love with it. Then when I got more into crystals and I wanted to know, there was like way more than this, I ended up finding a book from Robert Simmons, The Book of Stones. And the Book of Stones is pretty much all the crystals in Earth, and it tells you exactly like the keywords, which chakra, the element, emotional, spiritual, and a little passage about the crystal and where the crystal is located and where you can find it. It's a very, very good book. They have it in full size. I bought the pocket size because I like to carry this sometimes around. And I read more about crystals than I never heard of. And some of them are super, super rare. So I like this. I like this book too. This was my second book that I got. Then I went back to Barnes & Noble's, and I wanted to work more with crystals and how to use crystals more in my divination. Like, I do readings as well, and I wanted to see which crystals can help me for protection, for psychic power, and more in depth. So I found this Gemstones Crystal Magic. So it's how to use crystals in divination and how to do it in rituals. It also tells you a little bit more folklore, like zodiac, and which crystal are good for the zodiac. More like magical correspondence on crystals. So this is also a very good book as well. It tells you like when to use it, when not to use it, like make it in elixirs, how to use some crystals healing, like bronchitis. It's a very, very informational book, and I recommend it too. Like, it's from Garina Dunwich. All right, that was my third book. Then this last book, I wish I would have had it the first time around. If I would have found it the first time, I think this is the only book that I would buy and not the others. Well, except the Robert Simmons. But Crystals for Healing. Now, this book is from Karen Fraser. It's a complete reference guide for crystals for healing for remedies, mind, heart, and soul. This book, my God, is amazing. The reason why I say it's amazing because it starts with what is energy, what are crystals, what are stones, how to cleanse it, how to use it, when to use it. It's just amazing how she starts with what is energy. And it gives you more in depth on crystals. And also, if you see on the back of here, I don't know if you can, but it gives you on what crystals to use for abandonment, abuse, despair, for eating disorders, which crystal will help you through that. I love it because you can use some crystals for meditation, motivation, like come on, a crystal for motivation. And she tells you, for example, a crystal for, let's see, negativity, right? I love that she has negativity, talks about negativity, gives you an affirmation of negativity, a quick meditation, how to use and what crystal to use. For example, smoky quartz, or it tells you another remedy can be black tourmaline. So it tells you like in tips sometimes on each one. Not all of them have a tip, but it tells you which crystal to use. And I love it. I love it. I was just like, OMG. There's crystals for forgiveness, for gratitude, for goals, achieving goals, for grief, for grounding, for hope. And this book for insomnia, like for sleep, like you want to put a crystal right next to where you sleep. You feel gratitude, forgiveness, fear, empathy, like disorder, denial, confusion. So if you want to concentrate, like even concentration is here. Like this is such a good book. Such a good book. And then on the back it gives you also some crystals and like their origin, their colors, their primary uses, what the placement, like where the placement, garnet, like it gives you pretty much the crystals that are we pretty much use every day, like amethyst, like the primary uses, was what chakra, like the third eye and the crown, where to find them in Brazil, Canada, East Africa. So it's very informational. Like I wish I had this one book first, to be honest with you, and I think I would have not bought the rest, except Robert Simmons. But it's a very, very good book. I highly, highly recommend this one if you're going to be a beginner, if you're starting your journey for crystals. This is a very, very good book. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. This is pretty much my books. I highly recommend this one. This one is my favorite. Of course, if you want to be more in depth, use crystals and rituals, use it in amulets, as charms, this is your book. I highly recommend this one too. If you want to be, want to learn more, or you want to be a collector of like rare minerals, this is your book. Robert Simmons. This is also good. I'm not gonna lie, this helped me so much. I learned a lot too. Also that, like I went to YouTube channels and how to use them, how to cleanse them. So we're gonna talk about that on my next video, how I cleanse my crystals and how I program my crystals. So give me a like, and next Sunday or here in 2 weeks I should be posting how to cleanse, how to reprogram your crystals. All right, so hope you guys like it, and thank you so much, and bye.